Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Those are the words that God spoke to Joshua right before Joshua was to take God's people into the promised land. It was both an amazing and terrifying call that God had given. So he gave him those words of encouragement. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Clarence Jordan is a hero of the faith. In the 1940s, Clarence Jordan and his family started a farm in Americus, Georgia, to help alleviate some of the poverty in that area. Now, what was unique about this farm is both blacks and whites lived on this farm together to raise vegetables, to raise fruit for the community. Now, there was a lot of racial tension in the South in the 1940s. And in fact, even a lot of the people who went to church with Clarence Jordan spoke out against what he was doing because they were following the laws of segregation. They did all kinds of stuff. The folks in the community, they slashed tires on this farm. They boycotted buying things. They tried to get rid of this. In fact, for 14 years, they tried to get rid of this farm that Clarence had started. But then in 1954, they had had it. The Ku Klux Klan one night came to the house and riddled it with bullets. They burned down some of the houses. They ran families out of the farm. Except only Clarence Jordan's family and one black family decided to stay. The next day, a reporter comes to the house, and now Clarence Jordan had heard this reporter's voice as one of the Ku Klux Klan members that night who were covered in sheets. And he said, "So, Professor Jordan, I heard what happened last night, and I came here to do a story on you." And at that point, he was just outside using his hoe, starting to till the ground. And he said, "Professor Jordan, you have 2 PhDs, and you've been working on this for 14 years, and now everything is ruined. You know, what kind of success do you think you've had?" And at that point, Clarence Jordan looked at the reporter and said, "Sir, about as successful as the cross. I don't think you understand us. We're not about success. We're about faithfulness. Good day, sir." And at that point, the reporter went off, and Clarence Jordan and other families continued to build this farm in Americus, Georgia. It's called the Koinonia Farm. It still exists today. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God be with you wherever you go. If God has called you into a ministry, into a marriage, into a work environment, know that God will supply everything that you need, even when forces work against what you are doing. I just hope you will embrace this promise. Be strong and courageous. God is so with you right now. You don't have to be discouraged or terrified when you trust in what God is doing, because we're not about success, but about faithfulness. And I invite you to remain faithful.